Hi guys, so I just left the soccer field and I'm sitting in my car right now, and I thought I would go ahead and talk to you a little bit about why I joined Younique. And strangely enough, it was kind of miraculous that I did, because a couple years ago when I was introduced to the products, I love the products. I love the product so much. I love the mascara. Everything else I tried, I just loved it and loved it and loved it. So I love the products, and I kept sending my friends to my lovely friend who kind of got me hooked on the products. I was happy to send them to her, but for a business, for myself doing the business, I had a few setbacks, I would say, or not setbacks, but I guess I had a few objections. That's the word I'm looking for. So number one, I hated sales. I did not like to be sold to. Even if I was going out to like purposely get a product, if I felt like I was getting sold to, I would not get the product. Like, I was that anti-sales. I was also kind of anti direct sales, because I felt like they were getting a bad rep. I felt like people were being really spammy about it. And I didn't like it, right? So the idea of selling for me was, number one, way out of my comfort zone. Number two, something I did not at all want to do. So anyway, but my other objection was, like, I have no time, because I'm a mom of 3 kids. I was, tutoring at the time. I'm a leader, a small group leader of 30 girls, high school girls. I've been with them since middle school. I also had another personalization business on the side. So I was one of probably the most busy people I know. And I was like, I don't have time for this. So those were some of my biggest objections, the fact that I just didn't want to do it, but yet I was still selling the product anyway, because I was sharing the products. Because I am a person, if I like something, I'm going to tell you about it. If I like a movie, I'm going to tell you about it. If I like this restaurant, you better believe you're going to hear about it. So this was no different to me. I just was not getting any of the money from it. I was sending the business to someone else. So anyway, fast forward to saying no for 8 months. I decided, you know what? I really could use this money, because since I had decided to stay home from being a teacher, money was tight. It was tight with our family, and I wanted my kids to be able to do things like, for example, this soccer. That wasn't going to happen before. It just wasn't. Like, we were paying bills, but we weren't making extras. Like, there was going to be no soccer. There was going to be no gymnastics for my daughter. There was going to be no dance, no trips. Okay, so anyway, so I was like, okay, I'm going to try to pay for my son's preschool. That was my goal. And like anything like extra like this. Well, that's what my goal was to starting us, because I was thinking, okay, I'm putting on the makeup anyway. I'm wearing the product. I'm literally doing no other step more than I would be doing anyway. The difference is now I'll just post a picture. I'll tell somebody about it. Like, if you're already wearing makeup and you're putting it on, might as well just take a picture of it and say, hey, I like this lip color. Simple. It was just simple stuff, and it was something that I could fit into my life. It didn't have to be something separate. It was just something I could fit into my life. Whether I was wearing barely any makeup and maybe just, a lip bonbon, or whether I had a full face, it didn't matter. It was just me sharing things I love, and then I got to get paid for it. And not only did I get to get paid, my goals of paying for preschool and paying for, extracurriculars, they only increased, because through this company, I found myself, number one, with relationships I didn't even know I needed. I'm someone who had a lot of friends. I didn't think I needed more. And yet these friendships that I have found through this company are some of just the best. Like, these are ladies I talk to every day, even voice messaging, even some I hadn't met until, months and months after I had joined. I have gone on a cruise with my husband. I won that trip. I have never gone on a cruise in my life, and I had never taken a trip with my husband. We did it this past October. I hadn't even been on a weekend with my husband since my daughter was born. So, 8 years, and we got this trip to Mexico, and it was amazing. I've gone on several other trips. It's just been several things. I had my bar of here, what could happen, and it's been so much higher. And the other thing I did not expect is the relationships with my customers. I have been able to meet people. Truly 90% of my customers are people I've never met in real life, but we talk and we message, and I try to help them. And I have found this relationships with my customers something that I didn't know, and it's so much more gratifying to me. It's gone so much beyond making some extra money for my family, being able to afford extra things. It's fit parts of me that I didn't know I needed. It's been something for me as a stay-at-home mom that I needed for myself, if that makes any sense to any of you moms out there. It was just something for me. Do you know what I mean? And it was a way to make other women feel beautiful, and the encouragement that I got from them. And like when they're messaging me pictures and saying, "Oh, I love this, I feel so beautiful for the first time," or I don't know, it's just beyond what I ever would have imagined when I started. And there's no way for me to tell you what a blessing this has been for my family, other than I really hope you give it a try. I really hope you think about it, because I really think deep down truly that it could be a blessing for yours in ways that you will never know until you're in it and until you grow in it. So anyway, thank you so much for listening. That's all I've got. Have a great day. Bye, guys.